Browns empty the backfield on 2nd and 5. As Brissett sets, throws. It's complete to Donovan Peoples-Jones. 3 receivers set on 1st down. Brissett complete. It's Amari Cooper. Another Cleveland 1st down.
They're doing a good job with the front 7.
2nd down and 11. Brissett complete. Peoples-Jones, his 2nd catch to the Buccaneers 46-yard line. Here's Chubb. 1st down and more. Finally upended at the Buccaneers 31-yard line. Gain of 15 for Chubb.
Same ability.
Same state of Ohio. Now Kareem Hunt tosses it back. This is Schwartz. Brissett leading the way, and Schwartz is in for a Browns touchdown. 31 yards, and for the 6th time this season, an opening drive TD for Cleveland.
I hope he makes a few plays. We could talk a little bit more about him today.
Here's White. Rashad White across midfield. Finally forced out of bounds at the Cleveland 30-yard line.
Commit to it, and you saw the success last week.
The toss to Vaughn on 3rd down and 1, and he picks up another Tampa Bay 1st down to the Cleveland. Brady looking, pulls it in, now throws, Godwin, 1st down, touchdown. From the 25 on 1st down, Brissett takes off, and he will pick up a Cleveland 1st down and a flag on the contact out of bounds. Chris Hubbard in as an extra blocker. 2nd down and 4. Fake to Chubb. Brissett throws. Ooh. It's complete at the 35-yard line. Harrison Bryant.
Black 18.
3rd down and 8. Browns must get to the 25 as Brissett fires.
Oh.
And it was nearly picked off. Carlton Davis defending on the play. From the right hash. From 51. Kick is good. White shifted into the backfield. Now Brady on 3rd down. Looking for the tight end, Brate. And that pass was batted down by the rookie Alex Wright. 3rd down and 7. Browns need the 42-yard line. Njoku makes the catch, and he was shoved out just short.
180.
Hunt and Cooper in the backfield.
Ooh, it looks like he just got it with the 2nd effort.
Here we go. 180.
3rd down and 5. Brissett to the far side, and that's intended for Cooper, incomplete.
He's their big lineman for the run.
They keep it on the ground, and on 3rd and short, White will not get there.
But again, this should be a Nick Chubb-led offense.
2nd down and 4. Brissett complete. Chubb for a Browns 1st down across midfield. Finally wrapped up and knocked out of bounds by Devin White. Gain of 16. Play fake on 1st down. Brissett stays in bounds. Some extra yardage down the sidelines. Another Cleveland 1st down.
They'll line those guys up there and then start to motion and spread them out for the pass game.
3rd down and 2. It's Hunt, and he picks up a Cleveland 1st down. Third down and 17. Amari Cooper. Nothing.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Cade York, 39-yard attempt, connected from 51 earlier from the right hash. And this one is not even close. Bucs must get to the 39-yard line. Pass caught by Godwin, turns upfield, and looks to be just short.
Why would you give up this opportunity?
It's Brady on the sneak. Picks up a 1st down.
Man. If he doesn't get it, when he was in Germany on that interception.
Right. Second down and 3. Godwin. First down Buccaneers in Browns territory.
And MJ smartly pushing him to make sure he was out of bounds.
Third down and 10. Brady throws. It's Cameron Brate to the 24. Thomas Graham made the tackle. From 42, Suckup ties the game at 10. Second down and 12. Brady looking to throw. Can't find anyone, and down he goes. Jordan Elliott with the sack.
And trust that you're going to be able to get those open pass plays if you keep running the football.
Donovan Peoples-Jones is back deep. What a kick. Forcing Peoples-Jones back to the 13-yard line. 61-yard punt, and now a big return. Peoples-Jones out across the 40. Finally tackled at the 42-yard line.
Antoine Winfield was a phenomenal player for the Minnesota Vikings.
There's Brissett on 3rd and 10. Firing downfield, incomplete, intended for Cooper. Bucs start from the 20. Brady throws. Wide open, Mike Evans for a Buccaneers first down.
He can come back whenever he wants.
We shall see. 2nd and 9 on the toss. It's Julio Jones. Jones across midfield. First down.
Oh.
And a big hit at the end of the play from Grant Delpit.
Open it up the same way the Browns did to the Bucs defense for that touchdown.
From the 36 on first down. Brady throws complete. Godwin. Another Bucs first down. Chris Godwin, 7th catch today. 2nd down and 7. Brady to the outside, complete. White out of the backfield. Tackled at the 5-yard line. Brady 4 for 4 on this drive. 3rd down and 1. Brady throws. It is caught and taken in for a touchdown by Cole Kieft, the rookie tight end. In their last 3 losses, here's Chump, picks up a first, and the Browns scored on their opening possession today.
This is where, to me, he's the most dangerous.
3rd down and 3, and that pass broke it up. Peoples-Jones, the intended receiver, Carlton Davis defending. During this 2-game win streak, he said the chemistry's been better, players getting healthy, Bucs have had competitive practices, and now it is White out across the 40. Now the Jets' Ring of Honor. 3rd down and 11. Bucs must get to the 35 for a first down. Cameron Brate stopped 2 yards shy.
Again, though, you need that run game.
2nd down and 7. Brissett. This is Schwartz who scored that Browns touchdown. And Schwartz takes it out to the 39-yard line.
Here we go. Single. 180. Set.
From the 40 on first down, it's Chubb across midfield to the Tampa Bay 45-yard line.
180. Set.
High snap. Brissett looking, can't find anyone, and he is wrapped up and sacked for the 3rd time today.
And look who's there.
Found out that his father passed away just before he got on the plane to Germany with the Bucs. And then had a terrific game against Seattle. Named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. Catch made by Brissett, fires, and it's dropped by Amari Cooper. Would have had a first down.
I don't think I've ever seen that from Amari.
Beat the Seahawks in Munich. Now leading the Browns by 7. Brady on 3rd down, incomplete. Sailed past Mike Evans.
Roger.
I would go one-on-one at the top. Try to see if I can get that matchup.
Here's Brissett from the end zone. Amari Cooper, that time, makes the catch for a Cleveland first down.
180. Set.
3rd down and 7. Brissett lobs one. It's caught and taken out to the 28-yard line. Cooper shifts, 3rd down and 10. Here's Brissett wrapped up, and down he goes back at the 20-yard line. It's Raheem Nunez-Roches. He makes another big play.
You have the 2 safeties back there watching Tom Brady.
Brady sacked on 3rd down. Myles Garrett coming through. He celebrates. 2nd down and 4. They keep it on the ground with number 24 and Chubb inside the 20 to 15. Finally knocked out of bounds on his 20th carry.
Right up here.
3rd down and 9.
There it is.
Brissett dumps it off. And Njoku is tackled by Levante David. 4th and 10. Brissett throws. Back of the end zone. What a catch! David Njoku in the back of the end zone. Elect not to take one here.
Surprised he's not using one right now.
Brady on 2nd down. Fires downfield, and it is caught at midfield by Julio Jones.
You're going to have Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and Julio Jones all to that side, and watch Chris Godwin work the middle of the field. That's probably where Brady's going to want to go.
Brady throws. Incomplete. Cameron Brate.
Last thing you want to do is lead the game with 2 timeouts left.
Brady steps up, fires downfield. Julio Jones went up. 10 of the previous 14. Bucs start from the 25. Pass complete to Godwin for a gain of 5. Out to the 30-yard line.
There's Chris Godwin. He loves going to him on these downs. He's got to have it 3rd down in the slot.
Brady on 3rd down, and there it is. As you called, it's Godwin. Picks up a 1st down. The Buccaneers back. Now 3rd down and 14. Brady looking. Throws incomplete. Pass was short in the vicinity of Evans. We are in overtime. Kenny Albert, Jonathan Vilma, Shannon Spake. There's Brissett moving to his left. There is a flag. Brissett couldn't find anyone downfield, and he's wrapped up by Winfield.
Holding. Offense, number 71. 10-yard penalty, 2nd down.
That's how you can show or get that pass interference.
3rd down and 21. They keep it on the ground with Hunt.
Oof, that guy is good.
Devin
White is playing some football. How he divides up the yards with the running backs and the tight ends.
2nd down and 5. Play action. And the pass is caught by Godwin for a Buccaneers 1st down out at the 39. Brady on 3rd down.
Got him.
Goes down.
But this is a perfect opportunity for him.
2nd possession of overtime for the Browns. Spinning away from the 1st tackle attempt and picking up a 1st down at the 45 is Amari Cooper.
There's Cooper in motion.
Brissett looking to throw on 3rd down.
There he goes to Cooper.
Wide open. Cooper makes the catch inside the 10 to the 5 and tackled at the 2. 46-yard catch and run.
180, set.
There's Chubb up the middle. Nick Chubb to the end zone. Touchdown. There is a flag. Chubb crossed the goal line. There was a flag thrown.
Offside. Defense. That penalty is declined. He's on the play. Touchdown.
The Cleveland Browns defeat